All right, Congressman, what do you make of her comments? I mean, it sounds like she is blaming FEMA more broadly.
Well, we're having a hearing next week in transportation on this particular issue, so I'll learn the facts. I was not familiar with her complaint. I did know that FEMA, I think she'd been terminated because she had, and as my understanding, it wasn't because she wasn't following FEMA protocol, but because she was creating it. But I'm not sure what it was, and it seemed it might have been done for the protection of the workers, because there had been hostility by some people that were Trump supporters in Carolina against FEMA workers. I think there was an attempt either to shoot somebody or I think there was for sure. And that was after Trump went in and kept saying that this was occurring, and kind of riled those people up. But we need to get to the bottom line of it. Nobody should be denied the services of the federal government because of who they supported or didn't support in the presidential election. That's my office. We give constituent services to everyone, and every office should.
Right, because to be clear, even if there had been cases of Trump supporters who were threatening in some way FEMA, that wouldn't justify a supervisor saying, oh, by the way, don't go to homes that have a Trump sign out front.
Well, they should have told them that to just be careful and have backup or whatever, and be careful, because I think there was a problem with some of the people, but no, they should render services for sure. They should be provided services.
Yeah, I mean, you can't base it on who's got a sign out front. That seems crazy. I mean,
it does seem crazy. I didn't put any signs out at all in my election, because signs don't vote.
All right,
it just reaffirms your own position.
And FEMA put out a statement. You asked about FEMA's statement. They said this was reprehensible. I want to be clear to all of my employees and the American people. This type of behavior and action will not be tolerated. That was from D-Tenn, the FEMA administrator there. But, you know, it sounds like, again, she is blaming FEMA more broadly. So it sounds like you're going to be digging in on this. Because, look, I have defended FEMA in the past, particularly when it came to North Carolina, and the fears that were being created about FEMA, I thought were very dangerous. But I got to tell you, this bothers me. This is kind of scary. The idea of a supervisor in FEMA telling people to skip homes allegedly based on political. I mean, again, if you have evidence of a particular home, I get it, right? Oh, we had a problem in that home before. Okay, but it can't be we've had a problem in a home of a Trump supporter, and therefore we can skip Trump supporters moving forward.
No, we shouldn't. But at the same time, we need to look at what caused the problem that existed in more than one instance with Trump supporters and FEMA workers. And that was the rhetoric of the candidate Donald Trump, who condemned FEMA and condemned the federal government and claimed that Vice President Harris wasn't doing her job, or President Biden, when they stayed away from North Carolina because FEMA wanted them to stay away. And in the initial stages of a situation where you've got an emergency, you've got to let the emergency workers get in and not have politicians coming in to smile and do the political thing. We all know what that is. So what Biden and Harris did was the right thing to give them a few days. What Trump did to accuse them of doing wrong was improper too, and that should be looked at as well. Everybody's rhetoric needs to come down, and we should have just cared about the people who were victims of this horrific hurricane, which of course is caused by climate change, which is being denied by President Trump, and they're going to get out of the climate accords, and we're going to have more of these disasters.
Congressman Steve Cohen, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Dan. Good to be with you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.